everyone, welcome to Buzzing About Romance, a quick shot of romance. I am Becky, and joining me for this episode is Lindsey. Hi, Lindsey.
Hey, Becky.
So I'm so excited to talk to you about these cute little novellas that we read.
I loved them.
I know. Okay, and it's so we'll get to it. So on this episode of A Quick Shot of Romance, we are reviewing the Improbable Meet Cute Collection. It is 6 novellas from 6 well-known traditional published romance authors. All are read read and listen with your Kindle Unlimited subscription. It was a special little holiday thing, a Valentine's Day thing that they did, and I was delighted.
I was too. I loved them. I was really surprised because they're not that spicy.
There's no spice.
Yeah, there's
None
no
of them
spice.
have spice.
Well, drop cover and hold on, they do it in the bakery.
That's true. They do. But it kind of fades.
Aside from that, there's not really.
Plus, that was an earthquake. So, last life moments. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys the titles, and then we're just going to talk about this concept and why we loved it. So the first, and these can be read as complete standalones. None of the characters cross over. There is no, they're just, you can pick and choose what you want to read, and then we'll tell you what our favorite is. The Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren. It was narrated by Marley Watson and Andrew Gibson. Do you want to give individual ratings for each of these?
Sure.
So what did you think of The Exception?
This was one of my 3 favorites.
One of your 3 favorites. Same.
I loved it. This was so good. The concept was so cute. Loved it.
Yeah.
It was cute. It was funny. It was awkward. I love their meet cute.
Awkward.
It was not meet cute.
It was
a meet awkward.
It was a meet awkward. Oh my God, such a meet awkward. But also, so this is an interesting one because it's once a year for what, 7 years that they go back and forth?
Yeah, and it's accidental. Like they start checking in with each other on email on Valentine's Day because there was like a typo in the email or whatever, and they discover each other. They don't know anything about each other. They don't know their names. They don't know where they live. They know nothing. Somehow it comes up that they are from the same hometown.
Because of the school email address. They went to the same high school, but they were years between each other. So like she was a freshman and he was a senior. So the next one was Worst Wingman Ever by Abby Jimenez. Narrators were Andy Arndt and Zachary Weber. So this is tied for my top favorite.
Me too.
First of all, Andy Arndt and Zachary Weber, I'm in.
This was so cute.
And so much emotion packed into like 68 pages.
I know that I can't imagine like what she did with this novella was impressive. This was a strong book. Like you get the full range of a novel and a novella, and it is a very complex story. It's not a simple story at all.
No.
It was so cute.
It was so good. And also the whole thing with her sister and go to home. Oh no, that's the next one. No. Worst Wingman Ever is her sister tells her to start going to Home Depot at night.
Yes.
To pick up men. Go there on a Friday night. Go into the electrical section. That's not paint because they're there because their wives sent them. And not lumber. To go into the electrical section. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of smart. It was so cute. But the emotion in this book, I was teary at the end of this book.
Yeah, me too.
So okay, this is my next favorite. This next one. Rosie and the Dreamboat by Sally Thorne, narrated by Bailey Carr. This one is only one point of view. She gets stuck in one of those float tank pods, and he's the fireman that rescues her. And his name is Husband. His last name. Leo Husband.
Loved that. That was so funny. The whole thing. Her being trapped in the hydro tank is so funny.
So funny. And naked. But you know what? I also loved, so that book is by Sally Thorne. And one of the things that I loved about that book is even though we're only getting the one point of view, we're only getting Rosie's point of view, we actually get a lot of emotion out of Leo husband. Like we
Yeah.
see that what his vulnerabilities are, and that because he's such a good-looking guy, the other firefighters give him a hard time. He isn't taken seriously, and he's actually got a really great heart.
He's such a sweetie. He's so encouraging and nice to her. And I like how she's like, "You're going to be really disappointed when I get out of the tank because everybody falls in love with my sister." And then, she's just
The
so cute.
sister in this book did make me a little bonkers.
She's so evil.
She was not a good sister.
He left her in the tank.
But then in the end, she clarified why. She clarified why she left her.
I don't care. If I was in one of those tanks
I would
and my
not leave
sister
you.
left me, I would murder her.
I would not leave you.
I would be so mad. And my sister knows this about me because I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Like this was very relatable situation.
So the next book was Drop, Cover, and Hold On by Jasmine Gilroy. This is narrated by Ayur Nash. Ayur Nash. I'm sure I'm butchering her name. I'm sorry. It's Aure Nash. This book was adorable.
It was.
It's
kind of it's not enemies to lovers, but it's like grumpy sunshine almost.
absolutely grumpy sunshine. And not enemies to lovers because the heroine works from home, and this is in San Francisco, and she goes every day to the coffee shop, but she stopped going to the bakery because the owner of the bakery, he's mean to her, or he's grumpy to her. And so she stopped getting the baked goods she loved.
Yeah, she thinks that he hates her.
Yeah. Come to find out, he has been pining for her.
Yeah. He saved her favorite treat. And then they get locked in the bakery together on Valentine's Day and they bang.
And they do bang. And this is the only one of the 6 books that has any spice. And it's like 1 pepper spice, guys. Also, it was an earthquake. So anyway, it was really good. I really liked that one. The next one is With Any Luck by Ashley Poston. This was narrated by Amy McFadden. I love Amy McFadden. And this one was cute and funny, but not my favorite.
Yeah, not my favorite either. This is the one where like the best man and the maid of honor,
Yeah.
and they wind up losing the bride and groom at like the day of the wedding, and they're trying to find the groom and they're retracing the steps, and it's a mistaken identity situation, and it was cute. I enjoyed it, but yeah, it wasn't one of my favorites. Like the
No.
first that so far, the ordering that we're going in is in the order of me liking them.
And I would say Rosie and the Dreamboat, then Worst Wingman Ever, then Drop and Cover, then The Exception, then With Any Luck. And then probably my least favorite out of the whole group was Royal Valentine by Soraya Wilson. It's narrated by Jesse Valinsky. And it was okay.
I didn't like it. This is the only one I didn't really love at all.
I mean, it was a solid 3 stars. Like, it was doable, but it wasn't like... I'm not seeking out Soraya Wilson books.
I did not like this one.
That's fair.
She's a princess. She's lying about who she is so she can have a few days off from being royal.
It's what is that fairy tale with they switch places. The Prince and the Pauper. It's a Prince and Pauper retelling.
And then she magically meets someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the part that I struggled with. That's the part that I struggle with. I just had a really hard time connecting with the story. It just didn't do it for me. The tropes weren't for me. I don't read royal romances. I have a really hard time with royal romances. I don't read them. Give me a mafia princess, we're fine. Give me a real royal. I've
got one for you. I'm going to challenge you on that for one. So,
okay.
Anyway, so those are the Improbable Meet Cutes. Each one has a very specific, fun, unique meet cute. We'll link the synopsis of the books in our on-the-shelf show notes at buzzingaboutromance.com. These are all released on January 23rd of 2024. Tropes, meet cute, rom-com, close and forced proximity in different ones. These are all complete standalones. You do not have to read them in any order. You can just read the ones that speak to you. And they are all read and listen with your Kindle Unlimited subscription. And if I had to recommend one, I would say either Rosie and the Dreamboat or Worst Wingman Ever. Go there.
I would agree with that.
Anyway, Lindsey, thank you so much for reading Improbable Meet Cutes.
Thank you. This was awesome. I loved it.
It was so cute and just easy, less than an hour. I think the longest one is the first one. The exception to the rule was the longest of all of them, and that was 90 minutes or something. It might have been 2 hours, but it was really quick.
Yeah. It wasn't, I think you could easily read the whole thing in 9 hours.
Absolutely.
Listening time.
Yeah. Until next time, everyone, happy reading, everybody.
Find us on Instagram at Buzzing About Romance or on Twitter at Buzzing Romance. If you like the podcast, please leave a review. If you'd like to support us directly, join the Bookcase and Coffee Patreon and receive exclusive content only available to Patreon members. Check out bookcaseandcoffee.com for our on-the-shelf show notes.